Oh, damn. I really need to get my Stream Deck fixed. For some reason, it's working, but it's not working. So maybe the hotkeys have been, I don't know, it's gone screwy on me. Hi. Good morning, everyone. Good morning indeed. I hope you're okay. Hope you've had a lovely weekend. Over here, so I'm going to do a little bit more Rimworld, but I'm going to be honest with you, I'm in the mood for something else now. I've been doing Rimworld for about 14 days. So I'm hankering for something different, but I'm not sure exactly what it will be. So maybe just a little bit of Rimworld, and then, then obviously I'll go and get on with the editing today. So, editing update. Hi there, Twittenroo. Editing update. I'm currently working on Daisy Bullshittery Part 15, and I've been working on it for 2 weeks so far. Estimated 3.5 remaining weeks to complete it, so expect a delivery at the start of July. So what I did the week before last week is I cut the video together. It's about 15 minutes long, and what I did last week is I was animating the first 5 minutes. Now I'm gonna level with you. I didn't get all 5 minutes done, so I'm a little bit behind in that regard and need to try and catch up. But on paper, this third week is meant to be the animation of minute 5 to minute 10. So feeding those scenes through Adobe After Effects, so doing all the text animation, all that stuff, really. No, Katia, if you listen to the words I'm saying, Katia, I'm saying that the expected delivery date for this next bullshittery should be very early July, if everything goes smoothly. So everything's just sort of cracking on. I didn't do any work this weekend, I was just so damn busy. I'll talk about it momentarily, but just sort of cracking on. Right. Okay, hang on a second. Will I finish it before I turn 40? That's a better question. So, in theory? In theory, yes. But in practice, we'll see. Okay. Thank you, Grabini. Thank you very much, Grabini. Right. Hang on a second. Sorry, just fiddling with something. What's this? Oh, just a note of things I need to do. Ooh. That's fine. Right. Oh, Twittenroo, if you can hear me. So I've harvested my first. Oh, I should have got a picture. I've harvested my first batch of Swiss chard. So Twittenroo in the chat was kind enough to give me some chard. It's a sort of it's a leafy vegetable in the beetroot family, and I had some planted in my garden, and it has grown in very, very quickly. And the advice that I was reading online was telling me that I should be trimming off no more than a third of the plant for like stir fries and stuff. So. Yes, I went out and I've chopped off like a less than a third of each plant, but it's cool. So I've got some vegetables for stir fries. Yeah. Thank you, Jack Plays. Thank you, Kuko, and thank you, Grabini and Genevis and Mr. Peak. Right. Oh, okay. So before I dip into Rimworld, then I won't talk about it for too long because it's not really easy to talk about it without massive spoilers. But very briefly. Hang on. Can I just say that over the weekend, I sat down and I watched the show Severance. I only saw season 1, by the way. So it's that Apple show where the plot of it, without spoilers, the sort of the back of the box blurb is that essentially it's a sort of almost like a Black Mirror sort of premise in that what happens if your employer had the ability, through a chip in your brain, to basically make sure that you only remember things when you're at work. So you turn up at work, and so like from your perspective, you drive into work, you have your breakfast, you get dressed, and you walk in, and you put your like badge on or whatever, you go past the front desk, you go into the lift that goes to your floor, and at that moment, you open your eyes again, and it's the end of the day, and you get to go home. Like, 9 hours have passed, for you, obviously, but you don't remember it. So you get all the benefits of but you get all the benefits of going to work. So you get paid and all that, and you don't actually have to, think you're at work. You just turn up and do your thing. So it's a rather little cool premise where your brain is sort of segmented into two versions of you. One that's at work and one that's just goes to work and just lives the life outside of it. So I started watching season 1, and can I say, oh my, so good! You should definitely watch it. It's so good. I was on the edge of my seat. So I think the show is bad if you had to watch it in a serialized, if you had to wait a week between episodes. I think the show would kind of suck. So long as you can watch the whole season in one sitting if you wanted to. But so long as you can watch the whole season quickly, at your own pace, it's really, really good. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, especially towards the end of season 1. I was literally like sitting up on my sofa, sort of full on like glued to the screen, going, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" Like it's a thriller, so it's like it takes the suspense and it just full on sort of like stretches it, and you're like, "Oh my god!" Like the stakes get higher and higher. Yeah, it's really, really good. So I'm not going to talk spoilers, but if you haven't started season 1 of the show Severance, do consider it. I thought, sorry, again without spoilers, I thought that it was going to be this sort of almost like member berries, like Office Space member berries, where it's like staplers, and just like lots of office humor that if you worked in an office, it would just be sensible chuckle, but to everyone else is like, but it's not that at all. It uses the premise of its central premise, and then it goes off into darker territory, shall we say. South Park reference, Levy. So member berries, as in references to shit. Humor through references. Yeah. So anyway, so I saw season 1 of Severance, and it was really, really, really like again without spoilers. There's this undercurrent of like hostility, like this undercurrent of violence. Like all of the characters are having to play 2 different people. I mean, you spend the most time with the main character, of course, but the actors are having to dramatically play 2 completely different people because your outer personality is not the same as your inner personality. Like, for example, one guy on the outside might be nervous and constantly second guessing himself and just panicking about everything. But the moment he gets inside the office, he's freed because he doesn't have all of these he doesn't remember his childhood, so all of a sudden he's confident and suave, and he's giving one-liners, and the actors are having to sort of play 2 different roles, and it can be really, really good. Like there are bits when if you have to watch the actor switch between them and just shift their whole body language, and you're like, oh, he's him now, it's really really good. And sorry, the other thing. Sorry, I'm waffling, but I'm buzzing because I just watched season 1. Thank you, Beastie. Hi there, Beastie. I hope you're very well. Thank you, John D, and thank you, Primaris Salamander. Beastie, I hope you're extremely well. It's been a long time, sir. What was I thinking? But yeah, so as I said, so when I'm watching season 1, there's this undercurrent of violence that sort of like it feels like it's sort of bubbling below the surface, where it's where everyone's being polite and nice to each other, but you get this feeling that there's this sort of like sense of well, as I said, it's a thriller. It's trying to sort of thank you very much, Beastie. Thank you, that's very kind. This sense that everything could go wrong at a moment's notice, and you're just waiting for like the elastic band to snap. But in the office, there's this character, and his name is it Mr. Milchek? And he's like the office manager, and he's smiling and he's happy, but like they've got him played by this really burly looking muscular dude with a mustache, and he's like the dragon or the Black Knight, in like tropes where it's where like the evildoer's henchman, your Darth Vader, and so he's all like smiling and let's have a dance session, like in the office. But of course you can tell like through his eyes he's this sort of like he just hates them. It's a really, really awesome characterization. Yeah, his actor's got this physicality to him, Matt. Yeah, the actor plays him so well. Like, that if something went, he would instantly just start fucking, punching people down. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Enough. If you'll forgive me, I'm waffling about. I'm buzzing with energy, having just finished season 1 last night, and I couldn't sleep as a result because I was like, oh my god, that was so good. Yeah. I believe they're currently filming season 3. Yes, I imagine I'm going to watch all of season 2 and then get stuck with everyone else waiting for season 3. But my point is, if you're looking for something to watch, I strongly recommend Severance season 1. To reiterate for those just joining, the premise is, what if an employer could basically switch off your memories when you get to work, and how that sort of has a psychological toll on both you inside and you outside. Right, hang on. Yeah, at least I don't have to wait 3 years after an insane cliffhanger. Yeah. Hang on. There we go. Right. Okay. When am I planning to watch season 2? Soon, Hot Lava. I'll give it some time to digest, I think. But yeah. Okay. Right. So let's do a bit of Rimworld for a bit. It's been a busy weekend. Been a very busy weekend. I'll tell you about it shortly. Behind me, this little sausage. Yeah, we managed to spare getting her. Yeah, so we went out for a walkies this morning, and we went off to a park that she used to go to a lot. We had her pram, and her pram had the plastic cover, but mercifully we managed to dodge the rain. It only started raining heavily on the drive back, so yeah. She went out, and she had a good run around, and then she was in her pram going through the park, and she was getting lots of attention from couples walking past and being, doting on her and being like, oh. Yes, she's nice and clean, SD Pepper. For now. But yeah. Like a curated set of memories gets switched off, or just everything prior to joining the company. So basically, it's geographical undead. So, yes, it's a curated set of memories. You can, for example, in the show, so I'm talking about the show Severance, you remember what the American states are, but you don't remember your childhood. You don't remember your specific history. Only a generalized history. Right, sorry, 1 minute. Okay, so Rimworld, what are we doing? So, we are playing as Raider Supremacists who have been kicked down a notch, and we're trying our best to survive. Now, despite our numbers right now, we're in a pretty bad shape because I've lost 3 highly capable warriors, 3 highly capable combatants, plus a 4th one, a slave, called Pythonicus, to an infection. Now, the base itself is somewhat vulnerable. I need to get more traps, but we're struggling because there's not a huge amount of steel on this tile, and steel is critically important. We need it urgently, so we're going to have to come up with some way of getting it. I do have the ability to do mining now that I have the slave locked account. Her name was Veronica. She was a bandit who was wounded on this trap. I believe that's her blood. Yeah. So we've captured her. We've enslaved her, so she can do mining, and I'm going to send her out soon to, well, obviously do mining. We need to find fresh sources of steel, urgently. We also need to be careful not to boost up the wealth of the colony too much, because the wealth will determine the strength of the attacks that come at you. So, food, obviously, but we shouldn't be, say, mass farming psychite, which is a type of drug. We should, we should try to pour as much of our anything we do generate directly into defense. Thank you, Cornell and Rogue Duchess. So this is Sir Hook. He's a 72-year-old hollow novelist and leader of the colony. This is Blue Nose Bear. He's a 51-year-old space janitor with one arm who handles most of the building. This is Egleb. He's a 21-year-old former medieval lordling and current speaker, or sort of like tribal shaman of the group. Wonderbart is an 11-year-old boy, a former vampire worshipper who recently came back on a great adventure. He went really far afield, where he had a trade deal with a place called Dixieland, which is about an 8-day round trip. He went alone, and he managed to retrieve Fellfire, who is a 74-year-old man with a heart condition. Part of the trade deal involved Fellfire joining us as a volunteer, so he did. But it's going to be difficult because he's obviously very old. He's also got the plague. Many people have the plague. So, blood filtration. Okay, he might not survive it. Okay, we urgently need to get the good meds then. Urgently. And we can't preach health to him either because he's not part of our ideology. Fuck. So he's already a good 40% into his plague. Nasty. Okay. We have Faultier, who is a high mate, a kind of genetically engineered concubine. We forced her into a relationship with the cult leader, Sir Hook, so that's kind of dark. And they're planning to get married. I doubt she had any say in that. Yay! A locked account is, as mentioned, the recently captured Veronica, and Fellfire is, as mentioned, the old man that we traded for. So, tricky. Okay, so let's prioritize the use of full-on. So that's gutworms. You don't have the plague. Who has the plague? Okay, locked account has the plague. She's also not getting over it. Okay. Authorize the use of the decent medication, but only for the people with the plague. Who was the other person? There were 3 people with the plague. It's Wonderbart himself. Okay, the child. Yeah, no one's doing well right now. Okay, come on. We need people in bed. Major break risk. Fell fire. What's wrong? Obviously the plague. Dull hospital. Yeah, okay, let's move a piece of art over there then. Do we have any spare art? That's just Egleb's bedroom. Whose is that? Oh, that's Bloodwell. Yeah, that's the art of Bloodwell. He doesn't need it anymore. Okay, could someone... What's Egleb doing? Could you please go and move the artwork into the... yeah, we need to make that place look a bit nicer. Sorry, move Wonderbart here so we can watch the TV if he wants to. Thank you, Guard Rules and Cornell. Right, how long until we can treat again? That plague is nasty. Treatment expires in 7 hours. Treatment expires in 7 hours. Where's... of course, locked account has to be over there because she's a slave. Okay, she's sort of getting over it. There we go. Why does Egleb have a dirt floor in his room? It's marshy soil. We cannot build on it. Okay. Have I decided on an end game for the colony yet, Zoob? No, not really. Also, the place is filthy. Faultier is awake. Faultier, could you please... Who's doing the cleaning right now? You're... Technically the child is, but the child has the plague. Could we switch over to you, please? Yep. Okay. Can I not put a bridge and then put a floor over it? I probably could, but the bridges are expensive and cost a lot of steel. It's not worth it. Alright, so Blue-Nosed Bear, tending to Sir Hook. Yes, please do so. Prioritize those with the plague, though. So, treatment in 6 hours for the boy. In 2 hours... Can be tended to in 2 hours. Yeah, so get ready to begin treatment. Is Wonderbart going to survive? I don't know. 48% plague, 37% immune. Fuck. Get Egleb to preach health as quickly as possible. Do it to the boy. Preach health. Okay. Right, Blue Nose. Yeah, get ready to... Here we go. Where is Egleb? Here he is. We've got normal medicine. We don't have, like, Glitterworld medicine or anything. There we go. So we're trying to up his immunity rate. Okay. There we go. So I'm hoping that should help. Right, okay. What's Egleb doing? We have to go... Oh, yes, of course. We've captured a prisoner. He crash-landed nearby. I'm hoping we can convince him to join us. He's a capable fighter. Bit fragile, though. What's Sir Hook, the author, doing? Off to go train Digi the panda. We've got a panda called Digi. And a lot of animals, it seems. Okay, locked account needs treatment. Okay, so hurry up, please. Yeah, Lulu's very stressed right now. I know, look at her. Okay, yeah, please go tend to her quickly. Get the good meds. Possibly, Kite. If anything, I need to get a smaller bedroom. Yeah, look at her. She's so stressed, isn't she? How does she cope? She had a soft pram ride, got lots of attention and treats, and then, when we got to the car, she had a soft car seat back home. And, on the weekend, tell you what happened on the weekend, on Sunday, we went over to another family gathering where she got lots of attention, lots of cuddles from all the family members. So she got lots of belly rubs. And since she was the only dog there, she got all of the attention. Yes, Sweet Pie. She has a pram now. I'll link it for you. 1 second. Hang on. So Lulu has one of those like hang on. Because she's got arthritis, you see, so her joints hurt, and she's also got something called vestibulitis, which means she gets dizzy and she falls over a lot. I've decided to get her this. I've just linked it in the chat. So she's got herself a wee little pram, and she loves it. It's a bit emasculating pushing it around, but yeah, it means that she can make the distances now. Oh, look at that. What was that? Smiley face? What just happened? Faultier commended Sir Hook's learning ability. Kind words. Hi there, Kraut Bernard. The way that I pronounce Faultier sends you every time. Oh, yeah? But it's Faultier. Wait, what are you tending to him with? Yeah, with the decent meds. There are dog treats in the pram? There are dog treats in the pram. Those are meant to be cup holders, but I've decided that they're treat holders. But yeah. Okay, so we'll have to see if our people can survive the plague. It's a shame, because I did have malaria medication running low on it now, though. We need to get more made. Shit. Locked account has 59% plagued, but 48% immunity. Wonderbird is probably going to make it. 58% plague, 47... It could kill them. Shit. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to watch this carefully. Okay. That's the best medicine we've got, Lord of All. Alright. Shit, the loss of 3 people could be really dire. Oh yes, we did capture some boomalopes as well. Capture? We bought them. I decided, so I'm naming my my various animals after my clanmates based on their properties. So this is the massive social system over here, because he's huge. Over here we have ZF Digi, because it's a panda, and pandas are shit at having sex. Don't know what that's about. In the pen, laying lots of eggs for us, we have Messiesi and ZF Digby. So a couple there, a couple of geese making lots of goose babies and eggs for us to eat. And I decided that because they're so unstable, the boomalopes producing explosives, we've got ZF Edberg and ZF Tom. We milk them very carefully. Tom's like, shut up! Every time you go near him. And then inside the base, since we have an animal that flings shit, we've got ZF Cyanide the monkey. We also had Quebec the guinea pig, but the guinea pig had a drugs problem and died of a go juice overdose. I mean, it was from Birmingham. And we also had Jinx the alpaca, who got immediately jumped and eaten by a panther, like within 3 hours of being tamed. Shit! 61% plagued, 51.5% immune. How long until we can treat again? Another 12 hours? I don't think they're going to make it. Maybe? If they stay in bed and do not move and we use all the medicine that we have. Alright. So yeah, so what else happened? Yeah, well, lots of things happened on this weekend, folks. So as mentioned, I watched all of Season 1 of the show Severance, which was really good, and I recommend. If you haven't started watching it, do consider it. I also, so on Saturday, I didn't take any pictures because it'd be weird, but you know Lamram, my brother, he has a couple of kids, and apparently the older kid, so the son, he's getting a bit anxious because there's now a sister. He's got a sister, and you can tell that he's feeling a bit like not getting all the attention anymore. So anyway, my mum is having, obviously as a nanny, is having him round for the weekends, for a few weekends, to give him some attention and to also get him out of my brother's hands, to sort of lighten the load. Anyway, so my mum had a suggestion this weekend. Can he come round? He's like 8 years old, like 7 or 8 years old. Can he come round and play on the VR? So I set up the VR headset for him, the Index, and you might have seen me. Well, if you're friends with me on Steam, you might have noticed I was being a bit strange on Saturday because all of these VR games probably appeared as I was basically going through and checking them and sanitizing them, making sure that they were suitable for kids. And so he turned up, and we started going through like a litany of. I started off with the lab, which is the introduction thing, where he would like throw play with a robot dog by throwing a stick. There was also this table, this VR table with like a balloon maker on it, and he went to go and lean over on the table in VR, but of course there is no table physically, so that he just fell over, just in the middle of the bungalow, just fell over, splat on the floor, trying to lean on a VR table. Which was funny. He also, he's running around in the lab. He really struggled to comprehend the movement of it, though. So, like, he would move it, like, he would physically walk around the space. Oh, shit, I think they're going to die. He would physically walk around my bungalow, but he struggled to understand the whole teleport around thing with the thumbstick. So I decided to. So I tried to get him to play that catapult game in the lab, where you play sort of Angry Birds with a catapult, but you're firing the catapult in VR. But he didn't get it. So we switched over to Google Earth, which gives you this sort of giant's representation, like pretend that you're floating above the map with all the houses. And so he got to see his house, and he got to see his school, and he got to see like his nanny's house, and where he had a good tour around, and he was like, whoa, just looking at this big map, but he wasn't that interested in it. The person who was really interested in it was my mum. She basically snatched away the VR headset and was like, ooh, like, and I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, she's spying on her neighbours. I'm like, no, give me that. Pull it off my mum. She's being nosy with VR. Hang on. Oh shit. They're sort of getting over it, but I don't know if they're going to make it in time. They've only got about 25%-ish remaining. It's going to be close. Shit. It's going to be very close. Anyway, so then we loaded up a VR game called The Blue. And the blue is like a you stand at the bottom of like an ocean reef, and like sea turtles will float up to you, and jellyfish and dolphins, and it's meant to be this sort of VR like stimulating, relaxing experience where the fish will swim up to you, and you're like, the fish. Anyway, so he gets into it, and he's 7 years old, so all he starts doing is start trying to physically punch the fish. He starts like it turns into a little Rocky. Like here comes the shoal of beautiful. He's like fucking swinging, fucking. Like he's trying to beat the crap out. Like a jellyfish floated up to him. And like the jellyfish, you meant to be like, touch the side of the jellyfish. He just starts fucking swinging. And like, of course, we're standing around him in the bungalow trying to stop him from walking into the walls. So he's swinging at us. Little fists of fury, just fucking going crazy. Trying to beat up the fish. Anyway, so we closed The Blue. And then my idea was, why don't you do... I had a couple of other... Faulty air. I would try to converting Felfire, yeah. I was like, why don't you do some vacation simulator or something? There's one where you can like do a bunch of simple tasks. But eventually, I just thought, okay, fuck it. Let's just load up Beat Saber. So I loaded up Beat Saber and gave him the two little saber things. Switched off the fail mode, so he can't fail the course. And also switched off the arrows. Sorry, if you don't know what Beat Saber is, pretend that you've got two VR swords, and you've got to try and hit the blue and the red blocks as they fly towards you. A bit like Guitar Hero, but you're in VR and you're swinging swords. I'm sure most people know what Beat Saber is. Anyway, he loved it. He loved it. He had such fun, and he was bouncing around, and he was swinging, and he was just... because he was standing in one spot, I guess. And I decided to, before this point, when I was making sure that it was all okay, I went into the settings and I disabled all songs with profanity in them. And I downloaded the Britney Spears, like, album or something, which, by the way, fucking extortionate amount of money you got to pay for Beat Saber different songs. I can see why people just pirate them. Anyway, so I got the Britney Spears thing, and it's Plague, Extreme Plague. Okay, we've got to get ready to treat again quickly. So Wonderbart is probably going to make it. Oh, don't know about Fellfire. Fuck. And also locked account. Oh, am I going to lose? Am I going to lose multiple people, including Fellfire, and all of that was a waste of time? Hang on. Where's Blue Nose? Get ready to treat immediately. Hang on. Anyway, so he's playing Beat Saber, and he starts on easy. And to his credit, I mean, granted, he was in no-fail mode, but he instantly wanted to go from easy up to normal, and eventually to expert. And he was giving it a good. I'm sure he would have failed if it were expert for real, but he was doing a fairly good show of it. What was funny is that two things were funny. One, I kept going like, "Do you want to pick something else?" Because I picked Britney Spears. Is it "Baby One More Time"? You know, her main song from like the Da-Da-Das, like the early 2090s. I'm like, do you want to pick a different song? No, the same song. Just the same song again and again and again. And the second thing is that as he started playing in expert mode and he started swinging his hands around and getting sort of super energetic, he started making the weirdest fucking noise. He started going... when he swing... Like, it's like that scene in Forrest Gump when that teacher's shagging Forrest's mum upstairs. Weird, because he was just so excellent, and the music was loud, so he couldn't hear himself. Yeah, it's kind of strange. Yeah. Anyway, he came back, and apparently he was content now. Hang on, quickly. Yeah, my mum says that he was buzzing when he came back, and I'm sure he's been harassing my brother Lamram to play on the VR. Isn't that why I stopped playing Beat Saber? Yeah, it's knackering. So yeah, he had fun though. He came round to his uncle's house and yeah, played some VR. And yeah, so it was good. I was like, well done. Well, like speaking to my mum, well done, Nanny. That was a good idea. You had a good Nan idea. As an afternoon activity, VR. Okay, sorry, for those joining the stream, currently I'm trying my best to save the lives of 3 of my colonists who have the plague due to the jungle biome that we live in. It is not looking good. In fact, they might just fucking die. And I don't have any way of saving them. These are the best meds I have. Quickly, 10. Okay, so Wonderbart the child, 91% plagued, 86% immune. Fuck! Fellfire the old man, 85% plagued, 72% immune. And the slave locked account, 93% plagued, 81% immune. I'm just about to lose three more people. Fuck, is this how it ends for them? Yeah, Wonderbart, the kid with the grenades who went on such a journey to die to the plague? Yeah. No, I didn't know that comment, but at this point I don't think it matters. Any crypto sleep? Cryo sleep? Probably in the ancient danger that we can't fight. So we may as well not have it. Preach has already been used. Alright. I think they're fucked. 94% with Wonderbart. You have to stay in bed, don't move. Yeah, I think we're going to lose locked account first and foremost. Yeah, she's dead. That sucks. That's so bitter. So locked account, well, she's only just arrived, the recently enslaved one. But there goes my mining again. We're back down to, you know, nothing. No Glitter World? Nope. Fellfire's, that's killed him. He's on a mental daze now. Yeah. Oh, he's down. Doesn't really matter. He's dead either way. Blue Nose, get him in his bed. So the question is, can Wonderbart the child survive? 95% plague, 93.4% immune. Come on, Wonderbart. Locked account. Yeah, I mean, start digging at least 2 graves. Fuck. kid might make it, the other two won't. So here we go. There goes the slave locked account of the plague. 100%. Why so fast? I mean, look, 100%. Nope, speech has already been used on the kid. There she goes. Yep, she's long gone. Yeah, I guess so. Locked account is dead. 97%. Oh my god, he might overtake. Look, 97% plague, 96.7% immune. He might make it. It's going to be to the wire. .98 versus 97.5. They're both ticking up. Oof. 98. Is there enough space? 99% plagued. 98.5% immune. Fuck, no, I think it's too slow behind it. Okay, here we go. Oh no, he might have it. He might have it. Okay, get ready. It's about to go 100% plague, but then it will go 100 to... I think he's got it. And 100%, but 3 ticks. The kid made it. Fuck, that was close. We're talking like 5 seconds and he would have died. Difference. The kid made it, but Fellfire and locked account are gone. Fuck. That sucked. It's a loss. The two new people, and essentially Wonderbart's journey was a waste. Fuck. Can you make a cure with the kid's blood? That's not a thing. You can, however, get an anti-malaria drug, but it requires neutroamine. Sorry. Which we can't afford, and we can't make ourselves anyway. And I've got to play this careful balancing act between affording stuff and defense. So on that front, so what are you doing? So Hook is off to go eat. Okay, Blue-Nosed Bear, can I wake you up early and get these graves dug? I was so close. That was very, very close. B-Whistle says, on the VR movement topic, Classed B Cheeks made an amazing video on how to use a basic treadmill. Fellfire's dead. Basic treadmill for VR movement. No links if that's okay, Whistle. People post weird shit. Right. There we go. Fuck. So again, that's closed 2 important doors for me as a player. Locked account was supposed to help me get steel, and with steel, that's how I advance as a colony. Fellfire was supposed to help us down the tech tree to get us off the bottom. Well, we don't even have turrets. We're still very low on the tech tree because no one can effectively research. It's just gonna have to be Eggleb, and he's crap. He's got a skill of 6 with no burning passion for it. Okay, so does anyone have any passion for it? Skill of 6, skill of 6. No, nothing. Yeah, it still feels like we're scraping along, having to use every single little thing to our advantage. Okay, Faultier, could you please haul in the wood, please. But it's not all bad news, though. We do have relatively solid walls for the most part, and we have plenty of food. Okay, and plenty of animals, and 2 boomalopes producing chem fuel, which we need to find a safe place to store that isn't flammable. So, I mean, that seems like the best place for now. It's a bit awkward, but the best place for now. We'll put down some chem fuel storage locations here. Chem fuel, we'll stick it all there. Yeah, I mean, the trouble is, Undead, it's not merely that. Research is a lot like cooking. It locks someone down. So you may as well not have that colonist. Hence why nutrient paste dispenser. Like, I need Egleb. He has skills that I require. A dedicated researcher that I can leave in the lab alone. Yeah. Oh, gotcha, Undead. Yeah. Right, so Egleb, you've gone to bed. So yeah, we were trying to turn. What were we doing? Making parkers. 17 parkers with. Yeah, we were just making parkers to sell. But under the circumstances, I will suspend that job, cancel these jobs, and just tell Egleb to begin research on first priority if he doesn't have any other tasks. Alright, Wonderbart's, he's up. He's awaiting a lesson. With Sheriff gone, who's teaching the kid? Sorry, Dimtree, the sheriff. Wardening childcare. Egleb. Too few people to handle the load. Wonderbart feels upset. Learning a lesson. No, you're not. Egleb, you might want to wake up. Nope, doesn't want to wake up. Okay, Wonderbart, don't do that then. Could you go and bury? So please haul locked account to the grave, followed by Fellfire. You're quite slow. I see you. Yeah, you're just going to dump her in the river. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, so on Saturday, as mentioned, so my little nephew came round for some VR, and he had fun. Where's Blue Nose? What are you doing? Could you please work on that wooden shelf? Damn it, Wonderbart the child is off to binge on food, leaving the corpse of locked account just outside the door. Okay, when Sir Hook wakes up, could you please bury Fellfire? We'll never do hauling. Damn it, too few will do hauling. No, not really. Sugar tits. I'm looking for the next thing to play. I saw my brother playing Space Engineers, but it's probably been a bit too soon since last I played Space Engineers. Yeah, not sure what I'm in the mood for at the minute. Just been playing this to death. Yes, so on Sunday, so Lulu and I went up to a family gathering. So previously in the past, we went over to our nan's house, but our nan died like back in 2021 or something. So it's now at my aunt's house instead. So all the cousins, all the uncles, the aunts, they all sort of gather at this at my aunt's place, and yeah, we just hang out and bring food. And I decided to I was going to make some chips. I was going to deep fry some... so I cut up some potatoes that I had in my cupboard that needed using. And I gave them a soak in some cold water. And then I heated up... So dried them all fully. And heated up some oil, some rapeseed oil, to about 140 degrees. And then I dipped in the chips. And, and then let them cool again. And then put the oil up to 190 degrees. And then dipped all the chips in again until they were crispy. Unfortunately, when they got to the actual table, when I arrived at my aunt's, I don't think they travelled too well. I didn't wrap them up tight, but when they got there, they weren't as crisp and nice as when they were initially fried. So, a bit of a shame. Didn't work out as well as I was hoping. Right. Hi there, Jinx. Hope you're well. Just making some skull spikes. Travellers are passing by from the Union of Kamgua. We've traded with them. Cobra in the animal pen. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hi there, ZG9Y. Ziggy? Hi there indeed. You should try to save that prisoner. Yeah, we're trying. Thank you, Wiggo. Yeah, reasonably cash flow. Reasonably. Yeah, if we can get this prisoner joining us, that would be great. Just keep trying to work down the resistance. When's the next execution? Yeah, we need one. We are a raider supremacist faction. We need a good execution. What's that there? Oh, it's just a lectern. Could do anarchist, maybe. I don't know. I don't think I'm in the mood for another survival crafting thing. But yeah, so this weekend, what else did I do? I also, on Sunday, I went over... So, it was going to be the topic of another Bungalows Fucked Again, but I probably will mention it. But basically, I was doing some painting on a windowsill. So, I was outside, this was like a couple of weeks ago, and I was painting this window. I was prepping a new coat of paint, so I was scraping away the old paint, and I was taking lots of precautions, because I didn't know what sort of paint I was dealing with. So, I assumed, okay... Bungalow from the 1960s, what if it's lead paint? So I was wearing all this get-up, all this protective gear, and I was sort of hoovering away the dust and trying to treat it as if it was as if it were toxic lead, potentially. And here's the thing, here's what I didn't mention, is that when I got to the bottom of the windowsill, I noticed that the paint beneath the windowsill, so the masonry windowsill on the outside, was spongy. And I was like, what? I would poke it, and it would give, like underneath your finger, like it was a sponge. And I poked it for a bit, and then I went, wait, this is silicon. Why is there silicon? Like, we're talking the width of your thumbnail. Why is there silicon beneath the window? So I gave it a tug, because it needed to come out anyway, because it was painted in the wrong type of paint. I gave it a tug, and all of a sudden, this huge, like, extruded noodle of silicon, about 2 centimeters thick, the length of the entire window, was pulled out. Basically, what someone had done is rather than fit it properly, like fit like a proper, basically close the gap, they had just squirted an entire tank of that silicon gun sealant in there. And just painted over it and called it a day. And I'm like, no, that's not how you do it. Like, if you've got silicon sealant is great for those small little gaps, but if you've got a big gap, I did what you're supposed to do. I went over to a DIY shop on Sunday, and there are these PVC plastic dividers, you see. I'm not sure what they're called. They've got different shapes, like J shape, L shape. Basically, these thin plastic membranes, I suppose, that you slide into a gap to fill it, and then you silicon gun around the edge of that. They're not expensive. So that's what I did. So I cut it to shape. It was all smooth. It was all lovely. It was all clean. And I slid it into the gap beneath the windowsill, and it looks fantastic. And then I silicon gunned around the edge. It looks proper professional. Yes, I'm sort of shaking my fist at all these sort of things that have been made in the bungalow but made stupid. So yeah, so on Sunday, doing some DIY, I also went to that same DIY shop and I bought some treated timbers. They're about 1.8 meters long each, about, say, 2 centimeters thick. And what I was trying to do in my garden, I was trying to sort of build these cages that would be strong enough to stop the foxes from getting into my vegetables and keep the pigeons out. I didn't do a very good job, frankly. I couldn't get my head around it. I was trying to sort of get them to I didn't have like a clamp that could hold the pieces of wood together, so I couldn't get the pilot holes for the screws in the right position. So I parked it all in the shed because I was losing the light, because it was like 8 o'clock on a Sunday, and that's when I decided to sit down and get a beer and watch Severance. So I'll do it again later when I've got more time. But yeah, I've got to keep the fucking pigeons and the foxes out of my vegetables. I know, I was on the edge of my seat. Sorry, for those who didn't hear me earlier, I was talking. I sat down and I watched all of season 1 of that show Severance. It's really good. It's really good. If you haven't started watching it, I do strongly recommend. No spoilers, but yeah, it's good. So the premise of it, without spoilers, is that what if you could sign up for a procedure to work in like an office, like a corporate office, but what it does is it's a chip in your brain, and it makes it so that you will only remember things when you are working in the office. So you turn up, park your car, go to the front desk, go into the lift to start, to go to your office, and then you open your eyes, and it's the end of the day. That was nice. You feel a bit tired. 8 hours have passed. You did work, but you don't remember it because you inside did the work, not you. So you get all the benefits of going to work with none of the drawbacks. You're not sitting bored at your desk. Someone else is. It's a cool little premise, like a Black Mirror style premise, and they run with it, and it's really like full of tension and suspense. There's sex involved, isn't it? There is one weird scene, but it's weird. So basically, the office has like rewards, you see, for like you've achieved 52% of the quarterly goal. You get to spend 5 minutes dancing to smooth jazz. You know, it's almost like Portal-esque. It's like weird. And yeah, there's one much memed scene where it turns out, like one of the potential rewards is sex for yourself inside the thing, and it gets weird. Yeah, it's very sort of aperture science almost, like it's not understanding how creepy it is. Theo, the bit with the waffle party. That bit. Oh yes, and also sorry, while I'm talking about, I'm sorry, it's buzzing in my head. Apologies, but another like sinister thing about the show. Oh sorry, no sorry. Oh my god, sorry, I fucking freaked. I sort of squealed at the screen. Fucking Christopher Walken is in it, and he turned up, and I was like, oh my god, how did they get him? He is. He's like he's in, like, I don't know if he's in season 2. Don't tell me yes or no, but like he's in it. I was like, oh my god, how did they get Christopher Walken? It's like half of their budget. Yeah. But yeah. Right. Sorry, what was I saying? But yeah, as they're working in the office, again, not really a spoiler to the plot, but oh shit, these block the wind, do they? Shit, we best move them. There are these sort of, you know how you've got like office motivational artwork, that sort of thing. You've got these posters and these works of art that are sort of all over the office, but they're all like weirdly sinister, like creepy sinister. And it all adds to this vibe of something's fucking weird. Yeah, there's like like the founder. He looks like Karl Marx with a big beard, and like you expect it to be, you think it's going to be like inspirational, but like he's standing like holding a whip, and who is he whipping? A bunch of like people who look like they're screaming. It's sinister artwork everywhere, and one of them is a goat with horns, like a scapegoat. Thank you, Frosties. Thank you very much, Frosties. Right, so, with the death of Locked Account and Fellfire, that has closed a lot of doors for me insofar as what I can do. Alas, I mean, is there something I can proactively do? Another raid? The trash pilers? Time left, 1.5 days. We'll never make it. 2 people here at this logging work site. I mean, capturing additional prisoners would be wise, but I dare not do it before we've got this guy, frankly. You alright, my darling? Yeah, she's fine. She's a relaxed little rat. Look at her. Little mole rat. Yeah, she's pooped. She's had a good long walkies. Yeah, well, we did try Von, but we sent 3 people and suffered 3 casualties, so... And those were 3 really tough combatants. I've got nothing similar. My existing guys are kind of shitty in combat. Hi there, Dark Master. Could I not start a party? When was the last time we did one of those? Is it off cooldown? Supreme Fair. Cool, we should try one of those. What's the difference between a real party and a Supreme Fair? Yeah, we should have a Supreme Fair as quickly as possible. Get locked account buried. Well, she's a slave. She doesn't. We're not getting a mood penalty if we don't. Okay, let's... What's the time? So 7 in the morning. Right, begin Supreme Fair. Oh yeah, what happened to the altar and the lectern? Well, we never had an altar. Where's the lectern? Was it destroyed? Nope, just put in storage. And what about that pillow? For some reason we've got a giant pillow. There we go. Looking a bit crowded in that room. Okay. Faultier, could I get you to just quickly deliver the... Yeah, we need to get these spikes out of the... out of that room, because it's blocking all the power generation. Alright. I realised that putting the chem fuel in a room with no flammable material doesn't work if you make the shelving unit flammable. Oops. Also, are these doors made... No, they're limestone. Those are not flammable. We're okay. Nevertheless, if there's an accident, that's going to go boom. Okay. We should also... Hang on a minute. Where's Egleb? He's going to be locked down doing research for a long time. Good. We do have quite a few blocks now. In a minute, after the party, let's make sure that we start replacing as much of this as possible with stone. Xenocrat says, have I tried RV there yet? Nah, it looks too friend sloppy, Xenocrat. Forgive me, folks. I'm really, really reluctant to do friend slop because it looks rubbish. It's like YouTuber bait. Come in, make some ha-ha funny moments, and then never touch it again. Oh, Jesus. There we go. Yeah, we're slaughtering some wild boar. There's so many of them. They've already stripped it bare. Holy shit. We've got too many animals. Jesus. Yeah, Peak is friend slop, but that doesn't mean me playing Peak changes my opinion. You know what I mean. I don't want to fucking fall down that well, because then it's difficult to climb out of it, I presume. Alright. There we go. Right, so let's go. Yeah, once. Is that clear? There we go. So, yeah, the wind turbine is now filling up the batteries. Wonderful. Okay, so, once Faulty has placed that, let's quickly begin Supreme Fair. Here we go. Started at the altar. Oh, we don't have an altar. Here we go. So I'm hoping... So we're about to listen to a speech by the leader. So Sir Hook is giving a speech. What's he talking about? Spoke about his own group. Egleb's taking the stool over there. Heaping glory on his belief system. Oh yes, because it's led us really well so far, Sir Hook. The speech is over. The party begins. There's some smoke leaf there if anyone wants some weed. Okay. They're relaxing. They're chatting. They're talking about pemmican. About hostile shamans, apparently. The prisoner is not around. The prisoner is here. Okay, Supreme Fair has been completed. It was fun. Still, we didn't attract any new people, sadly. Okay. Right, at least we got a 5% mood for 6 days, though. Right. How's the resistance on the prisoner? Resistance is still 6.8. Yes, the prisoner is a human. They're not genetically modified. Good. The exterior spike traps are getting built quite well there. Can we work on that door? We can. I see, you're making the pigskin sandbags. Yeah, carry on. Right. Yeah, maybe I should like cordon off a very large section. I mean, it's only wooden fencing. It's easy. Cordon off a really large like bit here. Yeah. Should be simple to do. Maybe have it go here. And have that as a large, roaming pen. What about gates? If it burns, it burns. But again, it's like one wooden piece each, so it should be fine. Right. Okay. Where's Blue Nose? You're currently working on that door. Please carry on. A rainy thunderstorm. It's been tipping it down in the UK. Right. Sir Hook is attempting to train Digital Vagrant the panda. Good, we have a guard panda. We're trying to make him an attack panda. Forbidden Skull is still outside the prison. Oh, yeah. Who is that? Don't know who that is. Just let it deteriorate. It matters not. There we go. No, failed. Get that door closed, please. But yeah, so for those passing through the stream, please know that I'm currently working on Daisy Bullshittery Part 15 with an expected delivery in early July. Last week I was attempting to animate the first 5 minutes of 15. This week I need to try and animate the next 5 minutes of 15. So I'm meant to be on the 5 minute mark, but I'm a bit behind, to be honest. So I need to go back and try to finish those scenes and then catch up and overtake. Busy, busy, busy. Thank you, P. Bonday. Thank you very much, P. Bonday. And thank you, Frosties. How long is it in total? Well, it's about 15 minutes long. So, I mean, it's about a day for every 60 seconds of animation, with a week at the start for the cutting together, and I'm putting about a week and a half for quality assurance at the end. So, yeah, expect delivery hopefully at the start of July. Fingers crossed. As mentioned last week, I was trying to make the process of making a bullshittery more efficient by having a look at some of the newer tools that were available. Duckslayer, so the mod, and my friend Duckslayer was very, very kind in helping me on that front. For it turns out that you can create a script thing to generate a transcript of the text being said. It's not perfect, mind you, but it's pretty good. All you have to do is drag and drop an MP4, like an entire live stream, into this script thing. Takes a while. But with a transcript spat out, I can actually automate the process of filling in the text, as in having the text layers appear at roughly the correct locations with text already populated in it, speeding up the amount of time it takes, so basically the initial setup. So animating is still going to take forever, but at least the initial setup of the scene is like, okay, I need, these two people are speaking, what do they say? They say these lines, okay, paste those in the right font, and then I'll just start making corrections, essentially. Yeah. Thank you, Chicken Fort Knox. Thank you for doing that, Chicken. All right. Oh, do they not have access? Yeah, they don't have access to the egg boxes over here, which you get new ones built. All right. Arcama. Well, why am I putting it outside the base? For, at the time at least, ease of access to the immediate stone in the vicinity. And also because we don't really have a dedicated hauler location for stocked stone, stockpiled chunks of stone, or much room inside the base at all at the minute. It's fine. Not everything has to be perfect. Alright. It will be when we, obviously build these facilities. Okay. Right, so Egleb the Shaman, the Sigma speaker, attempted to convince the prisoner to join us, but he still sees us as the enemy. Okay. Can you make an attack goose? Let's have a look. Yes, no, damn, you can't. It's there, but it's not highlightable. Alright. Faultier, do you have nothing to do? Nothing to haul? Nothing whatsoever? All in these chunks at the very least. Will now unrestrict you. No, they're in the danger 2 zone. All in these chunks and start placing them close to the stockpile zone. Trouble is it's cover for the enemy, so we best be careful. Put them over here and put it as the preferred location to store all the chunks. Okay. Oh, look at that. Corn's nearly grown. That's good. Egleb is off, yeah. He's having to walk miles now to find the chunks. Alright. Is Locked Account not buried? No, she's not going to be. I'm going to throw her in the river. Alright. A97 says, in regards to Severance, the idea of memories are all that create your identity. The idea goes back to the philosophy of John Locke and was rightfully so criticised by everyone since. Okay. I think in this particular case, though, it's more, it's a cool opportunity to essentially show what happens if you've got this other you that lives with you. It's a difficult show not to, mention without spoilers. But yeah, in the show they call them innies and outies. Oh shit! Short circuit event. It's fine. It was in the wall, but that does mean that the battery's been drained. Shit. Also seen the TV series Moon Knight? No, was it cape shit? As in superhero shit? I don't much care for superhero shit. Does a short circuit only happen when a battery is drained? The other way round. The short circuit drains the battery as part of its thing. It's a random event, although it can occur with more frequency if you've got lots of exposed cables and rain. Alright. Bloody hell. Yeah, low power event. Okay, for now, to preserve power, please run through the base and quickly disable all of the lights. Okay. Sir Hook, could you put... Well, there's already some wood out there. Could you please take a moment to chop down some wood in the local area just to speed up the construction of this fence? Thank you. Right, if we can get this fence built, we'll have a large fence for many of the animals to roam. Egleb, are you getting a mood penalty by looking at the corpse? No. Right. Oh good, we can do... Wait, Sir Hook's abilities, combat abilities. Yeah. How's the power? Climbing steadily. Right. Oh yes, so as mentioned, I was going to do like a whole edit of Bungalows Fucked Again, and I said I would still like to, but on Friday I had this drain repair guy come along, and it was fascinating. He was kind enough to show me a whole bunch of just like the way in which he does drain repair. But now there's a basically I told the story a million times, but I heard this my toilet in the middle of the night. My toilet was making really weird noises, and I sort of went, what? Like I would hear this thumping sound coming from the toilet, and so I assumed that okay, it's probably rats. The reason I assume that is that according to my drain survey that I had when I first bought the property, there's something called an interceptor trap at the front of the property. Basically, it's like an underground U-bend made out of clay. And the idea is that the U-bend is meant to trap a large amount of water, which will stop rats from swimming through and obviously getting into the property, or at least dissuade them. Anyway, it turns out that there's some sort of inspection chamber with like a cap on it, and the cap was missing, potentially rendering the entire point of that interceptor trap useless. No, it wasn't Waterhammer. Like, this was late at night, Aurelius, about like midnight, when no plumbing, no heating, nothing was running at all. Everything's completely still. The whole building's totally silent, and yet there's thumping coming from behind the toilet. Anyway, the story that I keep retelling is that I was telling this story to my neighbour, elderly woman, and no word of a lie, she looked me in the eye and she said, "Oh, I don't think anyone's died in your bungalow." So A, instead of thinking of rats, her brain went to ghosts. And B, why the fuck would there be ghosts in the toilet? Regardless, on Friday, when the repair guy arrived to do a bunch of repairs to the sewer, there was a whole bunch of little things, like a pipe misalignment and cracks here and there. Technically, it wasn't urgent by any measure, but I figured I may as well get it done. The repairs will last for decades, so I may as well just take a moment to get it done. At the same time, I also had the guy install a stainless steel rat blocker. It's just this thing that slides inside the pipe. It looks like a spiky, scary thing. He showed it to me. Essentially, it makes sure that the poop goes one way, straight out, and then it snaps shut, you see, so the rats can't get in behind it. Sadly, there was no ghost blocker. I did ask. Alright. So yeah, that was on Friday. They installed it. It's pretty cool. Okay, trying to rebuild the power. Any fun plans for the week? Frankly, just work. There's Ziggy. Just work. I've got so much work, so much editing to do. Got to focus on it. So I'm going to be a very boring YouTuber. Just on with the editing. It's got to get done. No runs. I need to do more runs. I'm putting on weight. Feeling quite porky. Torrential rain. That means the river is going to burst its... Oh, shit. Hold on. A cobra is hunting one of our geese for food. Cheeky bugger. Okay, we can let that one go. Yeah, Sir Hook is trying to train social. Good. Good. Try and get a fence built. Oh! So, one of the objectives that the... watch out for that panther, Wonderbutt. One of the objectives that the drain guy had is that he had this underground camera, and on this property there are these. So in the United Kingdom, now modern builds have to have the following: you've got to have your sewer system, so your grey water or your wastewater system, which takes all of the water and basically flows it into the sewer, typically underneath the main road. You see. And it's your responsibility as the homeowner or the landowner to basically ensure that it's just sewage that goes in. No rainwater. The rainwater goes down the gutters and then it has to go into a separate system where it goes to soakaways. So in your mind, picture
underground, like big plastic crates surrounded by this fiber, this fabric material, and also surrounded by shingles. And the idea is that the water flows into these crates and slowly seeps away, soaks away into the ground naturally. However, back in the 60s, of course, soakaways were not that complex. They consisted mostly of just, here's a pit, fill it with gravel, or hardcore, or whatever, done. Now, I have a somewhat older building. So back then, this regulation did not exist. So I have a combi system. So most of my rainwater goes into the sewer. That's not good. I mean, obviously, it is what it is, because it's an older building. That's how they did things back then. But modern systems meant to have a soakaway. So, here's the fun thing. I had this... So, I basically turned to the guy and I was like, can you tell me where the soakaway is? Because they've got underground cameras. So, there is a soakaway at the back of the building. So, sorry, to clarify, not all of my rainwater goes into the sewer. Some of it, at the back of the building, goes somewhere into the garden. And I said, there's a soakaway in there somewhere. Can you tell me where it is? Why? I might dig a pond in my garden, and I'd really like to know where it is, lest I crack the shovel into the soakaway. Didn't take the guy long. He put his camera down the pipe, and he said, your soakaway, sir. And he literally walked 1, 2, 3 big steps. Is here. Like, beneath the conservatory decking. And I'm like, oh, that's real close to the structure. And he's like, yes, it is. I'm like, you're not supposed to have soakaways too close to structures, because obviously it's quite in torrential rain, it's quite a lot of water, which can, of course, cause the ground to move. It shouldn't do, obviously. I mean, it's chalky terrain. It should be quite solid, but... you're meant to have soakaways quite far away from structures, and he revealed to me that it's actually real damn close, and it's probably the original soakaway back from when the building was first made. And what's happened is since then, dead monkey. Oh, nice. Since then, someone has put a conservatory and a set of decking, and they've just, without knowing where the soakaway was, because they weren't as thorough as I'm being, they didn't have the survey done. They just built over it. Yay! But it's good at least, because at least I know. At least I know where it is. So it's another thing I can panic about. Yep, it's against building regulations, Enigma. It's a building regs violation. 2 of them now, hooray! Oh, fuck. Can you move the soakaway? Yeah, expensive though, because you've got to dig it up. Ugh. Alright. Shit, there's a tree in the way. Yep, these things bite you in the backside when you go to sell. Yeah, definitely. Hang on. I'm just a little bit worried that Blue Nose Bear is going to get jumped. Wonderbart the child with your frag grenades. Eggleb, and also, well... team effort. Could everyone just quickly come over here to deal with this panther? Alright. What's next for Randy to throw at the bungalow? Yeah. Oh, Jeremy. Not really garlic. No, not really. Right. Never mind the tree. You can cut that down in a minute, Blue Nose Bear. Let's just eliminate this panther before it goes for one of us. Let's go. Right, so we step forward. We approach the panther. And Wonderbart tries to make friends with it by throwing a grenade. Hang on. Grenade. Well, there we go. Good job. Sir Hook, could you please cut down that tree? And any other trees that might be in the way. Alright. Wonderbart, go get that panther and bring it in, please. Yeah, that kid is pretty handy with the grenades. Holy shit. For those not familiar, Wonderbart is 11 years old, and he's got the trait Trigger Happy, which reduces the aiming time on any weapon, but at the hit to accuracy. This also works with grenades, and obviously grenades, it doesn't really matter exactly where you land, so long as you land roughly near the enemy, so yeah, the Trigger Happy perk makes for excellent grenadiers. Hi there, keyboard. You started your very first playthrough yesterday and were struggling with food until two bears fought each other and both died. Jackpot. Nice. Bear fur is also excellent for both cold and warm insulation, I believe. The grizzlies. Heat stroke. It's warm. 37 degrees outside. Faultier the slave is not feeling too hot. Well, she's feeling too hot. That's the problem. Alright. But yeah, so yeah, gonna work on the bullshitteries. I need to make a curry later because I bought some, I need to do a bit of meal prep. I bought the stuff that I need to make a curry. I was also, so I was doing some cooking. So as mentioned, I was cooking up those chips. And I was also just making a packet of enchiladas, I believe they're called. Which were very delicious and are making me very, very fat. Thank you, Josh M97. And thank you, Tommy. Right, so Sir Hook, the elderly... the elderly author is currently harvesting some corn. Yeah, please all get that indoors before it goes bad in the rain. Faultier is just chopping up a panther. Right. Been running lately? No, not recently. I do need to go for a jog. Just trying to find the time. Alright. Locked account is starting to smell. Do I have to buy an exercise bicycle? I did look into it about a year ago, nerdy, but they are way more pricey than I thought they were going to be. I did think, hey, why not get an exercise machine and put it in the conservatory? Especially in the winter when it's too fucking cold. But no, they are actually very, very expensive. Like, I thought a couple of hundred, fine, whatever. But no. Okay. All the lights are off right now because, yeah, we had a low power event. Maybe turn some of them back on. Did I see the announcement that Valheim 1.0 will be released on the 9th of September? I did see it, Ben. We mentioned it in our group chat about the next game. I advised caution to be Mr. Spoilsport and say that it could be hot garbage on September the 9th. Let's see what happens on September the 9th. Maybe it needs a few more patches before it's ready. We're only going to have one shot to play it through fresh, so we don't want some crashy pile of garbage. Why not a regular bicycle? I refuse, Chilad. I absolutely refuse to get on a bicycle in the United Kingdom. There are lots of people on the roads in the United Kingdom. Not all of them can drive. Yes, dangerous, too dangerous. I'm not getting killed just because some idiot... Sorry, this weekend, nearly had a car accident. Again, nothing to do with me. Some pillock just decided that he's going to tailgate. Then some other pillock decided, in front of me, that they really wanted that parking spot that they just drove past, so they basically did an emergency brake. So they suddenly slammed on their brakes to indicated left to indicate they're going to take that parking spot, which I get. I had plenty of stopping distance. I thought, oh, okay, so I just started slowing down quickly. But of course, the guy behind me was tailgating me. He didn't hit me, but my God, he nearly did. Just so many people just cannot drive on the roads. They think that Your lessons were just something you do to get the fucking thing, and then that's it. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, I've got the trouble is my existing dash cam isn't really a dash cam either. It's the GoPro, which I strap on top of the what's it called? You know, where your rear mirror is. That sort of chassis, I guess. And it works pretty well, but obviously it's a bit of a sort of hodgepodge. It's a GoPro that I just take back and forth, charge, take it with me. Animal starvation. Yeah, okay, so the wild boar. Yeah, so let's get this pen complete, then they can eat roughage over here. Good. These ones are we could always just move them back into these pens. The grass is regrowing. Good. Yes, personally, I'm much more militant about driving. I'm fully of the mindset of it is not a right. It is a responsibility. Hugely. You fuck up. Okay, everyone fucks up from time to time, but if you fuck up dangerously, it should be like 2 strikes and you're out forever. Like if you on multiple occasions demonstrate an inability to drive, there you go. Take it away. Your license is gone forever. Okay. So does he still see us as the enemy? Yeah, absolutely zero tolerance. We all passed our driving tests, so what's their excuse? Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, it will be. That's the penalty. That's the penalty. You know. Oh, boo-hoo, you can't get to work. Well, maybe you should have thought about that before you fucking decided to do like a dangerous maneuver willingly. Fuck them. No, sorry. I know I'm sounding. Some people need to just be able to say fuck them. That's the That's how punishment works. You punish them. Okay. Right, good. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Egleb, the medieval lordling, is in the dark right now in the lab, working on research. So we're trying to get down to the gun turret, so we're working on blowback operation. So we can do gunsmithing now. Do we have the ability to even make the machining table, what with our lack of steel? We can make one, but yeah, we just don't have the steel, and we don't have the capability to mine the steel. It does feel like we're really, really struggling through. We have an abundance of certain resources like food, but a total lack of other very important basics like steel. Mr. Kick Killer says, sorry, driving 40 miles per hour on a road that allows up to 60 miles an hour, dangerous in and of itself? Depends on the situation. There are many, at least according to my driving instructor, there are many reasons why you don't do full 60 on a 60 mile an hour road. Obstructions, bends in corners, hazardous driving conditions. There's even another one. Can your vehicle even do 60? I asked that to my instructor one time when I noticed a very, very slow moving vehicle on the motorway. I believe it was a large truck. And I said, surely that's not legal. And she pointed out that absolutely it is. Sometimes a large, long bypass between certain locations is the only direct route. They got to get there somehow. And also these large motorways or bypasses with their huge visibility, which lets you see and take action early to evade a slower moving vehicle, especially if they've got their hazards on or whatever, is much safer than tight, narrow road where potentially if some idiot comes around the corner too quickly, that's a fatality. Whatever is the safest measure, you do the speed based on, the speed is the limit, but you don't try to hit that limit. Whatever is the safest way. But yeah, exactly. If there are no reasons whatsoever, then you clear open road, clear conditions, then yes, you should be trying to do 60, along with everyone else. Hi there, Twin. Your little car has just had its 19th birthday. She's definitely slowing down a bit. Yeah? Thank you, Nazvery. Thank you very much, Nazvery. This is a very unpopular opinion in the US, by the way. Maybe so. But if you'll forgive me for being flippant, that's a foreign nation. Their rules do not apply in the United Kingdom. Okay, do we even have a place to store this? We do. Why is it just sitting in the hallway? We picked up some reinforced barrels, but we don't yet have the mortars, so we can't build them. Okay. What's Blue Nose doing? Making sandbags. We do need these. But, I mean, the animals are starving right now, so maybe the fence is the top priority. Oh, whoops. It's my fault. Make sure that, yeah, where is it? Danger 2. So please have Blue Nose work on this fence. So I've got a large number of pigs here for the sake of meat production, but they're currently starving because they've gone all the way through the food. I'm hoping to seal them in here, let the areas behind them regrow. A grit, yes, Kaz, we do. They're in the little plastic containers all around the cities at the very least. Not sure how it works in the country. Alright. Where are you going? No. Come on, we need this done. Also, let's build a new pen marker here. Come on, let's go. Hi there, Dodge. Right. I mean, even if raiders do come in and start eliminating my animals, it would be a headache, but it wouldn't be anything insurmountable. All right. Yeah, we should get those. We're raising the geese specifically for eggs, so we need to keep their eggs safe. All right. So Hook, the elderly novelist, is currently throwing a horseshoe at a boomerlope. That's wise. Blue Nose Bear is working on that fence. We'll worry about, do the tree cutting later, dude. There we go. Sir Hook, could you please come over here and eliminate this tree? Maybe that tree as well. Thank you. You're much faster with it, especially with the death of Pythonicus. There we go. Lovely. Fence complete on this bit here. What about over here? Probably got a couple of gaps. Please go and, fill in the gaps. And then come back here and work on that fence thing, that pen. All right. Yeah, so busy weekend. Lots of stuff done. Just doing some basic gardening. Yeah. What else happened? Just lots of tasks, really. Just busy. Cleaning, loads of cleaning. Everything needs to be maintained. There we go. No, not really, Pioneer. He's the Scientology guy. There we go. That was quick. Fences really don't take that long, do they? Holy shit. Oh, cool. So, Hook, you can do it. Wow, even someone of your skill can make that. Alright, let's get it done. Work together. Oh, look at this. They burst through and they just start tearing the vegetation apart. Hungry pigs. Hungry pigs. Okay, cancel all the animals in this zone. Put the animals in that zone. Okay, quickly, let's go. Right. Oh yeah, Twitten, I saw. Yeah, the actor for Giles from Buffy passed away. Bit of a shame. We have 2 gaps in the right corner of the fence. Do we? We'll go check in a second. Hello? Visitors. Hello. A plank cutter from the Union are visiting. She's got a few items to trade. I dare not declare war with the Union. Pretty good. Similar to Pythonicus. A grower. Okay. Sorry, what are you doing? He's taking the animals over here? No. I see, he's trying to hitch them because they've got nowhere to go right now. No, it's fine. Allow all the animals to live here. Oh, some of the wild boar are trying to leave. Don't let that happen, please. Quickly. Let's go. Okay, so fence complete here. Couple of fences missing over there. Thank you, that's where they were. Then there, and then we're sorted, I think. And the fence there. So Hook, can you stop fucking about? Come here. Because the animals keep... Every time an animal... No. Stop it. Yeah, every time an animal goes over that tile, it stops the building process, which is a little bit annoying. Stop it. Nope. There we go. There we go. Gate complete. Now can you please rope the animals and get them out of that pen? Alright. Cool. Nope, your job is not done. And can someone dump her in the damn river? The slave locked account died, for those who are not familiar. There we go. Okay, so lots more greenery they can feed upon. Hopefully letting this regrow, just as this has done. Okay. Similarly, make sure that we're chopping all the wood in this zone. We just need the grass, not the wood. Alright. How did locked account die? The plague. We had an outbreak of the plague. Bloody nightmare. Oh, a bunch of our traps are now in the animal pen. That's not good. What are you doing, Sir Hook? Why are you putting them there? Oh. A bulk goods trader. Very good. Very good. Sell as much as we can, frankly. Maybe, will they buy corn? They might buy corn. Okay. Alright. Maybe we should try to, butcher some more animals for them. Let's see if they take the pigs. Yeah. Egleb, are you awake? Yeah. Okay, Egleb, our medieval lordling, is trying to convince the prisoner. His resistance is nearly broken. Okay, once you... then quickly go speak to the bulk goods trader. Alright. They're coming all the way in, apparently. There we go. Make good use of the time. Here we go. So Egleb approaches a guy called Sky. Right. Oh, good. They will buy animals. Good. Okay. So let's sell a whole bunch of surplus. Right. Bird skin, light leather, pig skin, lizard skin, plain leather, camel hide. Maybe hang on to that. It's very useful. Same with the panther fur. Chinchilla fur, bison wool, mastodon wool, alpaca wool. Oh, hang on. Their silver is limited. Right. How much steel do they have? Yeah, we need steel. They've got some steel. Okay, buy all of that steel. They've got some books as well. They've got lots of things. Okay. Ooh. Right. So, geese. How many? So we've got two geese. Right, we should probably just sell the male geese. Yeah, so sell them 2 male geese. Keep the females because they're the egg layers. Yep. Right. Yep, so sell all of that. So keep the female geese. We've got 2 of them. Right. Components too? Do they? Yeah, we need it all. We really do. They've got a couple of donkeys, but we do have alpaca. Not many of them, but we do. Okay. What else? They've got some chocolate, badger meat, hippo meat. We've got panther meat, quite a bit of it. I've got loads of corn. Okay, sell all of the corn. Maybe some of the corn. Sell 1,000 corn. Keep our chem fuel. Buy all the neutroamine. Wonderful. They've got sorry, I did a little clap. They've got 95 neutroamine. Get that into the base and get it turned into the anti-malaria drug. Phenocycline. Okay, buy all of their components. 40 components. Okay, fuck it. Sell all of the corn. Okay. Wait, we don't have the money, so we're gonna have to sell more stuff if we want all of this. Right. So clothes. So sell these clothes. Yep. Trousers. We were making a bunch of parkas, were we not? How many did we make? Cloth burqa. Keep those t-shirts. Pigskin parkas. Sell those. Right. Steel table. No, keep that. Okay. Right, what about the pigs? How many pigs can we sell? Will they buy them? I don't see them listed. Okay, weirdly they won't buy the wild boar. Okay. Dear. Yeah, well, we got 2 of them, Silverlanian, but we don't have the technology for the mortar at all, so what's the point? What does the Devilstrand book do? Teach us Devilstrand, maybe? This is the only fragment of a full prototype for cultivating Devilstrand. Beginners will still benefit from its teachings. We got heaps of ambrosia. That's true, we do have heaps of ambrosia. More than we'll ever need. 200, yeah, so sell like 200, maybe 180. No? There we go. Right. Cool. Yeah, they like that. Is there anything else we can buy then? Because, yeah, they don't have the silver to cover this. Buy all of... Well, they've only got a bit of chocolate, but buy it anyway. Sell all the corn. What else might we buy? I guess the reinforced barrels. Yeah, the books, I suppose. Buy the books. Devilstrand, nefarious designs. What's this? Sorry. Buy all of them. They're quite expensive, actually. What's this? Made on the Temple. A smart and insightful biography follows an engineer as he struggles against a dangerous pirate. It is filled with relatable humor. The plot twists are unpredictable, but also feel inevitable. It's unclear exactly when the book was written. Just a recreation book. Yeah, why not? Buy the recreation book. Okay. Right, I'm happy. Okay. Good. There we go. So where is that stuff deployed? Probably wherever their pack animals were at the time. That's the ambrosia fruit. The pack animal... Oh, good. They were right inside the base. That's convenient. Thank you. Good. So let's get that neutroamine. Yeah, we need a fresh batch of the anti-malaria drug urgently. So unsuspend the phenocycline job. Yeah, keep making as many as we can, frankly. Right. Yes, there's also another visitor. Let's go speak with her. Right. Egleb. And we need to get a bookshelf for the books. So let's go furniture and put down a bookcase. Maybe just keep it a small bookcase for now then. And just stick it here. Alright. Sir Hook still has those gutworms, does he? Alright. What are you doing? Making...
Oh, there we go. This is trading with her. She's got a little bit of silver. We can sell many things to her. Maybe sell the go juice. Not really in the habit of utilizing the go juice. Tell you what. Let's gift her the go juice. Right. Yep, please take that. Offer gift. There we go. Right. Yes, looking at the time, I do need to wrap up shortly, folks. I've got lots of editing to do. Right, there we go. Yep, get the animals in the... Where are you taking them? Into the pen, I hope. Good. And we need to make sure that... Yeah, get these egg boxes in the... Get these egg boxes over here so the geese can use them. What's Blue Nose doing? Yeah, it doesn't have Faultier the slave do it. There we go. So how much food is in this pen? According to this, so 3.4 nutrition stockpile. No, wait, sorry. Nutrition growth, 26. 13 consumption. Okay. Stockpile? What's stockpile? There, maybe? I don't know, MV. This is my first try of biotech as well. Will I enslave the traders? No. They massively outgun me. They will destroy us. That guy has an M16. Thank you, Rome, for the win. Batteries are draining fast. We did just get a new batch of steel, so I can utilize that steel to build the rebuild the watermill generator. So let's do it. Get it rebuilt again. Wait, have I put something in its place? The trap, maybe? Deconstruct that. Move this trap somewhere. Here, maybe. Any thoughts on the Thief the Dark Project remaster? Oh, really? Are they remastering it? Sorry, first I've heard of it. Shit, low power again. Okay, turn off everything and refuel the emergency generator. Thank you, Artin. I don't know about any Thief remaster, but alas, my opinion about the first Thief, so the Thief the Dark Project, is the same as everyone's, frankly, in that it was clearly the first release. It was really the second Thief game where things started to really come together. The first one has too many moments where stealth becomes optional, and you've just got to run through that Burrick's nest killing stuff. What are my thoughts on Summer Games Fest, State of Play, Xbox Showcase and all? I have no idea what that is, SBZ. Okay. Powering up the generator. Alright. They're leaving. Well, sorry, the first one's leaving. Okay, so right now, good. So Eggleb is currently getting some more Neutroamine. Let's make sure that everyone is on the anti-malaria drug policy. Alright. Why are the drugs being stored there? Along with the meat. What's supposed to be stored here? I don't know, but clear it anyway. we go. Yeah, we've got all these piles of robots that we can't do anything with. Yeah, can I get the machining table at the same time? So Blue Nose, when you next wake up, let's get the power situation under control first. Has everyone taken their anti-malaria drug? Seems so. Right, Eggleb, yeah, just get as much neutroamine as possible. Right. Alright, how's our wealth? Climbing. Not good. Be nice if it were to dip, at least, or at least if we got turrets researched. Where's the steel? Is it inside the base? It is inside the base. So 303. What happened to the rest of it? Let's where's Blue Nose? Blue Nose, could you please deconstruct that steel trap? We need as much steel as we can. Hang on. There we go. So Blue Nose Bear is in the rain, deconstructing one of the traps. Then deconstruct that wall. Oh, is the problem that... So we need only 80 steel. Is the problem that the river's currently... okay, I think I know the problem. It's because the river has burst its banks currently. Okay, gotcha. So we're going to have to wait. So, instead, let's put down a machining table with the limited room that we have in here. Yeah, we've got to build additional rooms, expand the base. It's all too small. It's all too small. Right, stick it in the hallway for now. Right, with that machining table, if we can get that operational, maybe we can, well, deconstruct these, those mechanoids. I think that's the table for it. Deconstruct those mechanoids. And also see if we can make any weapons that will assist us. And what about armor as well? Because we have barely any armor. It all went with our 3 warriors. Okay. I'd rather not Rogan. Installing mods, yeah. Very quickly they become mods that you can't play without. Alright. Okay, so the cupboards do look a bit bare, but we've got plenty of corn. Yeah, plenty of corn remaining. We've got plenty of leather. Not anymore. The only leather that I've got now, Silver Lane in, is that which I wish to keep. A wind turbine would not be more resistant to attack than a water mill? Yes, it would be. We have one, and it's locked away in a courtyard, making it resistant to attack. Okay, machining table. Here we go. So, are there any of these weapons? Not strictly speaking the weapons, but what about the armor? So, simple helmets. Does one... Sorry, where does one make armor again? Flak armor. Sorry, pardon me. Do I need to learn how to make it? Flak armor. I do. Okay. Yeah, we need to get armor. Right. In which case, let's just... do forever. Drop on floor. All of those mechanoid corpses. Still a dead colonist unburied? That's a slave. We're not bothered by a slave. Okay. So Eggleb, what are you doing? You're reading. Give it to the wild boar, they need the meat. Not a bad idea. Wait a minute, is that our boomalope? It is. Whoops, hold on. It's... let's see what I've done. Yeah. Don't let the boomalopes in that pen. They're too well, losing them could be a huge issue. Also, is Edberg pregnant? Edberg is pregnant. Congratulations. Alright. Okay, get these trees chopped down, please. Alright. Good. So Egleb, the lordling, is currently disassembling those droids. There we go. Giving us a little bit of steel, not a huge amount. Every little helps. There we go. Okay. Trade caravans leaving. Thank you for your business. Okay. Right. Another room. There we go. Build a roof over this area. There we go. Leave that. Let's have Sir Hook focus on that because you're terrible at chopping down trees and you only have one arm. Alright. Here he comes. Okay, another room has been constructed, which means unfortunately we will also need to move the bunker system to be a smidge further out again. Make it a couple of smidges further out again. There we go. So, make it, yeah, basically turn this into a corridor now. Yeah, turn this into a straight corridor. What's this made out of? This is all made out of granite. Hopefully we've got the granite. Okay, then put a hole here and a hole here. Right. There we go. Put the sandbags here. And put the granite door here. Right. Wait, what am I doing? Build roof. Here we go. Right. Is it a no-kill box run? I'd like to try and avoid them if at all possible. Kill boxes take away the drama. Alright. The Boomalopes appear to be running low on food. Maybe we should release them into the pen for the moment and then pull them back immediately the moment a battle begins. Extend the granite wall all the way to here. And then here, I was going to put additional prisoner quarters. Because right now, yeah, we've got slave quarters and prisoner quarters. I was going to expand it, essentially. Alright. So keep plugging away. What's Faulty doing? She's just cleaning. We need to get this bunker fixed as well. Alright. Is the asymmetry of that bunker on purpose? It's fine. Ah, the flu. Damn it. Jungles suck. Okay. Oh, that you mean? Oh, no, that's just an accident. There we go. There's less asymmetry. Yeah, we need firing positions. There we go. Okay. Right, so apologies folks, looking at the time, yeah, not the most interesting stream this morning, but yeah, so I've essentially just expanded the animal pen, put the animals over here. I've sold a whole bunch of things to a trader that passed by. I've lost two people, locked account the slave, and Fellfire the elderly man. He was the main objective of Wanderbart's pilgrimage, to go and get a new researcher, so we're fucked. Well, not fucked, but we're in, We've lost the main researcher that we wanted, and locked account was supposed to be our miner, so we're in a pretty bad way. Well, the base is steadily growing, but we don't have the capabilities to, say, dig in and get... Even if we did unlock turrets, which we don't have, we can't manufacture them because we don't have steel. Ugh. Right. Okay, so the flu. The next goddamn thing to hit us. We've only got eight decent medicine, so... Consider scouting out a few mining sites with an eye for possible full relocation? I hope not. We're pretty established now. I hope not. Right, so
I'm going to go and get... so I've got lots of work to do today. I've got to work on Daisy Bullshittery Part 15, so I'll be in this chair until later this evening. So I hope to catch you then. Thank you for watching. Yeah, so just going to crack on and get straight on with the editing. Thank you for subbing Soggle, Will Clan Wolf, thank you Ardin, Rome for the win, and Naz Very. Thank you very much. Right. Once again, I will leave you with Sam because he seems to be the only person streaming at this hour. Right. So this is Sam. You've seen him a lot in many of the things that we play. He's a knobhead. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely afternoon. I'll see you this evening.